What's my most viewed video? The one that I had most fun making. Everyone's favorite. Join me as I look back over the past year and beyond into the future. G'day everyone, welcome to celebrating my first year on YouTube. Whether you've been supporting me since the beginning, have recently subscribed, or are new here, welcome. And a huge thank you for watching. Today I want to reflect on the past year and share my experience of this journey so far. I also want to have a chat with you about my plans for what's coming up next on this channel. But I also really want to hear from you. What do you want to see more of? Do you have any ideas or questions that you'd like me to answer? Then please pop it down in the comments below now. And with that, let's dive straight into part one, which is looking back into the past year. Even though I created the YouTube channel in May 2021, it wasn't until a few months later in August when I uploaded the very first video. Ironically, the first nature journaling video that I recorded back in September 2020, which was on the Waratah, hasn't been published yet, but it's in the works and coming soon. Instead, I decided to start with something that was easy to create and edit because I was a complete newbie at video editing and something that I felt I could do relatively quickly. So that was to set up the palette with some watercolor paints from Art Spectrum, and that became my first ever video. And I got feedback while I was creating that to suggest maybe I should test out those paints in a painting. So that's what led to the sequel, which was creating the mini Australian landscapes. There's flying ants everywhere. After that, I got stuck into creating a quick guide for nature journaling, and that's become one of the most popular videos on the channel. And from there into what I'd call my regular content, which is some nature journaling adventures, some art videos, and some tutorial and tip videos. All of a sudden it was October, and I usually participate in Inktober, and decided that this year I would do a nature journaling Inktober challenge. And that was great, that was fantastic, but I'm glad I didn't decide to also do a daily video challenge because I think I would have either had a meltdown or burnt out. Instead, I thankfully decided to record every day, but create a summary at the end of each week. I'd really recommend having a look at that series because it's a good example of seeing how I create just a small page like this off a prompt, and really simple but very fun because every day was something new. And I also have lots of video of the nature that I saw at the time, so definitely go check them out if you've not seen them before. It was challenging in more ways than one because I was still very new at video editing. I've had the pain of stuffing up capturing audio or of forgetting an SD card. So this brings me into the struggles of starting out as a YouTube creator. Not only do you have to get over, building your own confidence and recording and listening to yourself, learning how to edit in software. I also had the struggle of focusing down on just what I needed to work on next. There was so much I wanted to work on. I had all these ideas. I at the same time was launching my website and trying to make art and record and fitting all this in, trying to get a timetable, a routine sorted out. But somehow it's just like one step at a time, and I think when I could narrow it down to what's next, that really helped. So do I have any regrets? Well, yes, two, I think. Not having that buffer. But at the same time, I wanted to get started, and I knew I just needed to get started because that's how I was going to learn the best way, everything I needed to do. And I think having a buffer then wouldn't have actually done very much, but I do miss not having a buffer made. So maybe I need to take a break and build up that buffer. Maybe I've been trying for a while now to sort of do more than one video a week, but that's not really working, so we'll see. I'm hoping to get faster at it. So that's one regret, but at the same time I don't know if I could have done it differently. And the other regret is going back to that video that I made before I even started the channel, and this is one of the main things I want to include on the channel, is a series about the state and territory emblems. So the fauna, the flora, the marine emblem as well, and nature journal them. And I've got a few videos recorded, but I haven't actually published them yet. Otherwise I wouldn't really change much. I've learned a lot along the way, and it's all been really valuable to helping me get to where I am today. This year has been incredible. I've made over 50 videos, learned how to edit from absolutely no experience beforehand. I've also made new friends and spent the most time outdoors in nature than I have in decades. I've learned so much about nature and my environment in the process, and I truly feel like it's made me happier, healthier, more at ease, and this is just my happy place. And I've got so much more to offer, so hang around to see what's in future for the next part. But first, let me share what some of the highlights are from my YouTube channel. So my most viewed video on this channel was a tour of my first ever nature journal, which at the start was still a sketchbook, and there will be more of these coming up soon because I've got 2 more sketchbooks that are nearly finished. So this one is my watercolor etcher sketchbook, and so you've already seen a lot of art in this, but there's only a couple more pages left, so that will be coming really soon. And my handmade sketchbook here with the craft paper that I used for Inktober, so that one is also about 2/3 complete. Just some ravens chasing a hawk. The video with most likes on my channel, well actually there's 3 of them that are tied, and they are my quick guide to nature journaling, what's in my bag or my nature journaling kit, and finally a more recent one, which travel palette should I use for outdoor sketching. But what's my favourite, or at least the one that I had most fun making, well I think hands down that has to be any of the ones from my trip to Rottnest Island. So that includes the quokkas and also the snorkeling and other wildlife on the island, and I would happily do that again. Maybe I will in the future go back for another trip. Maybe I'll even go with other people from the Perth Nature Journal Club in the future, who knows. Let me know in the comments what your favourite video was, or if there's one in particular you'd like to see a follow-up to. Alright, so now for part 2, what's coming up next on the channel? What are my plans for the future? So I've mentioned it a few times already about this series of state and territory emblem that I want to focus on, and like I said, some are already in the works. I have got the Waratah coming up first, most likely, hopefully next week, and then after that I've also already recorded the kangaroo paw for WA. And I'm hoping to record another one very soon as well for WA. If you don't know the fauna emblem for that, well, I might give a clue. So I'll still be continuing with my regular nature journaling adventures, going to places like the Perth Zoo, the WA Museum, and of course out in the bush as well, maybe even to some other states next year as well. Of course, I'll also be providing more tutorials and tips, but also as educational blog posts on my website. So if you haven't checked that out yet, go have a look over there, because sometimes I include more detail or have articles just on the website that aren't in video format. And I've also got some free guides up there. So my quick guide to nature journaling, I've got that as a free ebook, and there's another one about tracking your progress towards a goal. And whenever I feel like doing my watercolor paintings, you'll see more paint and chill videos too. There is room for more, possibly to collaborate with other YouTubers. So if you're interested, then please don't hesitate to reach out and contact me. So something that's been in the works for a while is to create art prints of my work. And the issue that I'm coming across is I want to be able to sell outside Australia as well as within Australia at both a reasonable cost with good quality, but environmentally friendly too. So I've been looking into a service called Gelato, which prints all over the world and does so in a print-on-demand business, but with local printers. And I'd love to hear if you've got any experience with this print-on-demand service. I'm also going to try doing some commission work, and that will be available through my coffee shop, which I'll link in the description below, which is the same place where you'll be able to buy my art prints, and you can subscribe there to be notified when all that is available. One of my major goals is to create an online community and space for people to connect with me in a closer way. I'm still working out how best to shape this community and what I can offer that's both valuable to you but also sustainable for me. I don't have a Patreon, but you can become a member of my website for free just to stay notified of blog posts or updates. Or if you want to support me more financially, then maybe consider doing a paid membership, which is similar to Patreon's tier levels, and in future there will be exclusive perks just for these members. And of course the other option is just a once-off donation to buy me a hot chocolate through Ko-fi, and all the links for this will be in the description below, and a huge thank you again if you choose to do so. But please don't feel pressured or obliged. Whatever you feel is appropriate, and if that's just continuing watching my videos, then I'm happy with that too. It all helps me keep creating. There is one more goal on the horizon, but I'll announce it once I've got a little bit more information to share with you. Thanks again to every single one of you for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, and just generally supporting me along the way. It's actions like these that keep me motivated to keep creating awesome content for you guys and encourages me to keep going when the going does get tough. So that's it. Remember to put any questions or comments and your favorite video before you go into the comments. And as always, a like keeps a smile on my face and helps YouTube know to share my content with others and grow my channel. Thank you again everyone, and see you at the next adventure.